Hello my friends, today we are filming in a park in front of a beautiful church that I'm going to show you. And in this video I want to talk about the things that shock me about my country. Okay, the first point that I'm going to talk about is punctuality. So people in Mexico tell you to meet in a certain hour, like for example they tell you, can we meet at 1 p.m? But maybe that means they want you to meet at 2 p.m, for example, or even 3 p.m. Hi, where are you? Yes, I'm on my way actually. Yes, I'll be there soon. Yeah, don't worry. Oh, you know what? Actually, my grandmother just fell from the stairs. So I really don't like this behavior because I'm a very punctual person. I consider myself like that. So I always arrive on time or try to arrive even like 5 minutes earlier. But people arrive to the party like 1 or 2 hours later. So I'm always the first one at the party. And I don't like that. Another thing that I don't like about my country is the noise. People doesn't have a lot of consideration when they put their music in their houses. It's always very loud. They don't care if the neighbor is sleeping or if he has a headache or if he's working or he just wants to watch the TV in peace. No, I mean neighbors don't care. Like they just put their music, they have parties. It's maybe 4 a.m. in the morning and they are still with the party with a very high volume. Here in my country we are not used to call to the police or to report these kind of situations. Try to not care that much about it because maybe we also do parties during the year, so it's something normal. But especially since I came back from Japan, I mean Japan is a country where all the time people is asking you to be quiet in their houses, in the streets, in like many places. Like when I came back and all of a sudden I noticed all of the noises around, like oh my god, this is crazy. Another thing to talk about is the security. In my country, I mean, I have to admit that it is not as secure as we would like or as other countries. Some of my friends in other countries are always asking me like, should I go to Mexico? Isn't it too insecure? Maybe something is going to happen to me. The reality is that, yeah, I mean, it is insecure, but it also depends on the places that you visit and the precautions that you take, the basic precautions. So it is actually very easy to be here. Maybe I'm used to it, so I don't care anymore. I just take the normal precautions. I would like my country to be more secure. I really don't like when my friends tell me that they are afraid to come to my country. But let me tell you also that I've been to new places in my country and people has shown some honesty. For example, the other day I was in the Tren Ligero in Guadalajara. It was my first time there and I was with my purse at my back and it was open and I didn't know that. So there a person approached and he told me like, hey, you have your bag open, and I was like, oh, okay, thank you. Like I checked, everything was there. I mean, people is honest. And there's also people that is not honest, like everywhere. So you just have to take normal precautions and also trust a little bit. Another thing that I really don't like is racism. Well, racism in general, but also in my country. Believe it or not, in my country there's a lot of racism. Maybe in your country you've heard about Mexican indigenous culture. But the reality is that in our own country they get a lot of discrimination. They don't get the same opportunities that the rest of the population. So that's also very sad. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. Another thing that I don't like about my country, and it actually shocks me a lot, is the corruption. There's corruption everywhere, in the government, to do easy paperwork. I mean, for everything there's corruption everywhere. If a policeman stops you at the street because, I don't know, maybe you did something wrong or maybe you didn't, but still like you don't know if you did or not, he will ask for something else. You know, I really don't like that about my country, and it is very deep in our culture already, I think. So that's something I don't like. Have you ever heard of Mexican superstitions? Very weird and absurd superstitions. You should be careful not to throw the salt on the floor, for example. So I'm actually not gonna do it because I was going to like throw it just for an example, but nah, superstitions. So apparently to throw the salt on the floor is bad luck. And like that we have a lot of superstitions. But not everything is wrong about my country. I mean, there are more positive things than bad things. I want to also mention some positive things, like for example, I think I live in paradise. All around my country there are beautiful places to visit. Like my country has beaches all around, from one side to the other side. I haven't even visited all of the beaches, and I don't think no one has ever done that. Not just the beaches, inside the country you can find many magical towns. We call them magical towns or pueblos mágicos. Each town has its beauty. They have their church, their zócalo, their kiosco, colonial buildings, and many traditions. The people is amazing. So I think I was born in a very beautiful country. Another thing that shocks me, but in a positive way, is the people. I think the people in my country is just very warm, very gentle, very welcoming. I mean, I am very proud of that, because if someone is in need of something, like if someone fell in the street and there's people around, they will completely, I'm sure they will go to help this person. Another positive shock that I wanted to mention, and that you obviously know about it, is the food. Each state of my country has typical food in each region. You can find many dishes in each state. So all around our country we are proud to say that we have different types of food. Like food in the north is different, food in the south is different, and of course in the center as well. So there's a variety of things that you can eat. It's actually delicious. I'm very proud of the Mexican food. Another positive shock, we have a lot of ecosystems. Like in December, you want to go to the beach, it's going to be a paradise. It's going to be sunny and everything, maybe some rains and whatever, but I mean, that's normal. In other countries in winter is like minus 16 degrees centigrade, right? In my country we are very lucky that if we just want to get warm weather, we can go inside our country to other state and just enjoy that. And also we have, I think, more than 5 ecosystems. We have desert, forest, mountains, beaches. I will definitely put the correct information in here, but what I mean is like we have a lot of variety in what you can call plants and weather. There's something I really hate about my country, and that is harassment. As a woman, you have to endure a lot of harassment during your life. Like you cannot go out in the street with a mini skirt or something sexy or cute, because men will be looking at you in a very nasty way. Sorry, a fly. So I really don't like that. Why can't men respect other women? Like we want to dress like however we want, we do whatever we want. So why should they look at us like that? And they just don't stop just looking at us. They will say something gross, they will say something that will make you feel uncomfortable. If you come to my country, I'm really sorry. I'm really ashamed of this and the behavior of these kind of people. If you don't care, of course, I mean, if you have the confidence and everything and you don't care people just staring at your body or saying gross things, or maybe you won't understand what they say, so it's okay, just dress whatever you want. Another interesting thing is that due to the corruption levels in my country, criminals around the world come here to rest and have a beautiful life in paradise. And that's actually something that shocks me a little, because sometimes you meet foreigners and maybe, I mean, you don't know their backgrounds. So knowing that, it's a little bit awkward sometimes. But I mean, we don't receive them as if they are criminals or anything. We don't normally think that. But thinking about the fact that criminals of other parts of the world come here, like I had to mention it. But no, we don't think like that normally. Something that really bothers me is that people do not use their turn signals when they are driving. So you always have to be guessing if they are going to turn left, right, or whatever, and they decide to turn left all of a sudden and they never put their turn lights. I really don't like that. So what do you think? What are the things that shock you the most if you've been to Mexico? If you are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like this video if you liked it. Don't forget to follow me on social media. I have Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and I also have my website, stephaniaolivares.com.